Hi dears, this is our first class. My name is Vibin Raj and I am from Kerala. Okay, I am your biology teacher. This is our first class. Okay, I know that your exams are over. Okay, and you have completed 3 chapters. So anyway, we are going to start a new chapter. Okay, and the name of the chapter is flowers. Okay, we know what is meant by flower. Flower is one of the most important part of a plant. Okay, and we know that flowers are the reproductive structures of plants. Flowers are the reproductive organs of flowering plants or angiosperms. Okay, and they are concerned with sexual reproduction, and that results in the formation of seeds and the development of a fruit. Okay, there are different kinds of flowers. You might have seen different kinds of flowers. They vary in size, shape, and also in color. Okay, there are a wide variety of flowers. However, a basic flower, may show some similar structures. Okay, some of the similarities. They have a basic plan. Okay, even though they are different, they show a basic plan. That is what they have some basic parts. Okay, so let's know something about the basic parts of a flower. Okay, so here a flower has mainly 4 whorls or the 4 groups of floral parts, that different parts present in the flower. Okay, so it has a 4 whorls. So what are the 4 whorls present in the flower? Okay, there is calyx, then corolla, androecium, gynoecium or pistil. Okay, so these are the 4 basic parts. That is known as what? 4 whorls of flowers. Okay, the calyx and the corolla, these are known as non-essential parts because they are not taking part in what? Reproduction directly. Okay, but in the case of androecium and gynoecium, they are known as essential parts, essential whorls, because they are the most important reproductive structures present in the flower. Okay, so I will show you one flower. Here this one, it's a typical flower. This comes under the family Malvaceae. Okay, its name is hibiscus, common name China rose. Okay, so let's know what are the basic parts of this typical flower. Okay, so here you can see a flower has a stalk. Okay, this is the stalk of the flower. Okay, the stalk of the flower, it is known as what? Pedicel. A typical flower has a stalk, and the stalk of the flower is known as a pedicel. So this part is known as what? Pedicel. Okay, a flower which have pedicel is known as pedicellate. Flowers which lack pedicel is known as sessile. So there is what? Pedicellate flower and sessile flowers. Okay, so here this is the pedicel. Okay, and here the apical part of the pedicel, the tip of the pedicel. So this pedicel, the tip of the pedicel. Okay, there is an enlargement, a swollen part is there. This swollen part is known as thalamus or receptacle. Okay, so here is the pedicel, and the swollen part of this pedicel, the apical part of this pedicel is known as what? The thalamus or receptacle. And the floral parts, these whorls, these are arranged on the thalamus. So here this is the thalamus. pedicel and thalamus. So here it is arranged. The floral parts are arranged on the receptacle or the thalamus. Okay. Then what are these floral parts? Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. And they have a sequence. That means in the outermost part we can see the calyx. In the outermost part we can see the calyx. Calyx is followed by corolla, then androecium. And the innermost part we can see the gynoecium or pistil. Okay. So we can see here pedicel, then this is the receptacle or the thalamus part. Okay. Then I'm just showing here. This part so this part is known as what? This is the calyx. Okay. This green colored part is known as the calyx. Okay. So this is the outermost part. So after that you can see what? It is followed by what? This here. This is known as the corolla. Okay. All this is known as this part. This brightly colored part is known as the corolla. Okay. So the each unit of corolla is known as petal. So this one is a petal. It's a petal. Okay. Here also we can see in this calyx we can see the each unit. That unit is known as sepals. Okay. So this one corolla. Okay. And this corolla. Okay. So here this part. Okay. This here yellow colored part. Okay. Here it is known as the androecium. Okay. This part is known as the androecium. And here in this innermost layer we can see the gynoecium or the pistil. Okay, so that we have to just tear it. Okay, I'm going to tear it. So this one is the androecium. So inside this we can see the gynoecium. Okay. Just going to remove these things. So inside this we can see what? This part. Okay. So this part is known as what? Gynoecium. Okay. This part is known as gynoecium. This is the innermost part of the flower. Okay. So we have just understood what? The different parts of the flower. Okay. There are four whorls, that is known as what? Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Gynoecium is otherwise known as pistil. Okay. And each flower may have a stalk. The stalk of the flower is known as what? Pedicel. Then what? Pedicellate means what? A flower with a pedicel. A flower without a pedicel is known as sessile. Then the swollen part of the pedicel, the apical swollen part of the pedicel is known as thalamus or what? Receptacle. The floral parts which are arranged on the thalamus in a sequential order. That means in the outermost part we can see the calyx, then it is followed by corolla, then androecium, and in the innermost part you can see the gynoecium. So these are the basic parts of a flower. Now we have to know some biological terms which are connected with the flowers. Okay. Okay. Here these are some terms related with the flowers. Okay. So we have to know some of them. Okay. So in some flowers, here calyx and corolla. So in this flower, the calyx and the corolla can be easily distinguished. But in some flowers, the calyx and the corolla that cannot be distinguished easily. Okay, that means in them there is what? Fused calyx and corolla. So this fused calyx and corolla, this condition is called what? Perianth. Okay, so here what? Here corolla and calyx are what? Can be easily distinguished. So we cannot see perianth here. Okay. Then complete and incomplete flower. I told you that there are 4 whorls present in a flower. So what are these 4 whorls? They are calyx, corolla, antecium and gynoecium. If these 4 whorls are present in a particular flower, that type of flower is known as what? Complete flower. If any one or more of these 4 whorls are not present, it is known as what? Incomplete flower. So in this typical example, we can see that this is a complete flower because there is what? Calyx, corolla, androecium, and inside that we can see the gynoecium. So that all these parts are, floral parts are present. So it is a complete flower. So if any one is absent, it can be considered as what? An incomplete flower. Then bisexual or hermaphrodite flowers. Here both male and female parts, male part is known as what? Androecium. Female part is known as gynoecium. So there male and female parts are present, it is known as what? Bisexual flower. So in this example, here it is a bisexual flower because there is androecium. Inside that we can see the gynoecium. Okay, so that type of flower is known as what? Bisexual or hermaphrodite flowers. In the case of unisexual flowers, there is only one type of what? Either androecium or what? Gynoecium. Okay, that means if there is androecium, that is known as what? Male flower or staminate. Okay. If there is gynoecium is present, it is known as female flower or pistillate. Okay. Then what? Neuter flower. Here both androecium and gynoecium are absent. That type of flower is known as neuter flower. Okay. Then in some plants we can see that in the same plant we can see male and female flowers. Some plants may have male and female plants on the same plant. Okay, that condition is known as what? Monoecious. That type of plants is known as monoecious plants. Then in the case of dioecious plants, there is what? Male and female flowers are present on different plants. Okay. Then coming what? Bracts. These are calyx-like extra whorl. These are calyx-like extra whorl present in the flower. Okay. And it is a slender green colored. Here green colored slender parts. Okay. But in this hibiscus, here in this flower, we can see that this is known as epicalyx. Okay. And in the case of bracts, these are calyx-like extra whorl. Okay. In most cases, usually it is slender and green colored, like this one. Okay. But in some plants, like bougainvillea, we can see that here these bracts, which are enlarged and leaf-like, highly colored structures. And sometimes we may mistaken it for what? For this corolla or petals. Okay. Then nectaries. These are nectar secreting cells present just near the pistil. Okay, these are nectar secreting cells present near the pistil. Okay, so these are some of the terms which are related with the flower. Okay, so we have discussed what? Perianth, complete or incomplete flower, bisexual, unisexual, neuter, monoecious, dioecious, bracts, and nectaries. Okay. So in the case of perianth, these are what? Fused calyx and corolla. That condition is known as perianth. Then in complete flower, we can see all these floral parts: calyx, corolla, and gynoecium and androecium. In bisexual flowers, male and female flowers. Okay, male and female parts, reproductive parts, that is androecium and gynoecium are present in the same flower. That kind of flower is known as what? Bisexual flower. But there is a unisexual, that may be either male or female flower. Male flowers are known as staminate, female flowers are known as pistillate. In neutral flowers, there what? Both androecium and gynoecium are absent. Then in monoecious plants, male and female flowers can be seen on the same plant. If these are same in the different plants, we can say that it is dioecious plant. Then bracts are calyx-like extra wall present in the flower. Okay, usually it is green colored, but in some plants you can see it is enlarged and it may mistaken for what? Corolla or petals. Then nectar is, these are nectar secreting cells present around the pistil. Okay, so these are some terms related with the flower. Okay, so I'm going to wind up this section. I know that you might have understood all these things. Okay, so if you have any doubt, just contact me. You can message me or you can call me and clear your doubts. In the next section, we will talk about the different parts in detail. Okay, thank you.